there's a call beckoning. It might come from over a red rock mountain, or through the pine branches of a deep green forest, or maybe even from your own backyard. But there is a call, and those who answer fully, deeply, are shown an entirely new realm, the world outside.
Boy, when I think of camping, I think of waking up in the morning, have breakfast cooking on the stove. Everybody's on a tight time schedule, picking up kids, getting to work on time, meetings, things like that. When you go camping, you get to a campground, boom, you're there.
It gets them away from their home environment, even if it's just a short distance, puts them into a brand new setting where they can enjoy the outdoors, sit around a campfire, interact with each other.
It's an adventure. Each time you go, something new happens, you meet new people, come closer together as a family. For me, it's kind of a perfect fit.
With the RV, you have a lot of the things at home. You have the bathrooms and the showers and the beds and things where you're not really just out in a tent in the wilderness.
I think it's good for kids because they get to see their mom and dad more than they probably do during the week.
That was one of our dreams, of having a family-oriented type of a business and also a livable unit for families.
The dream started almost 40 years ago in a small rural community of Middlebury, Indiana, a Midwest gem known more in 1968 for Amish population than RV innovation. But an Amish-born man named Lloyd Bontrager was planning to change all of that.
My father grew up Amish. At 16, he kind of went out on his own and never rejoined the church.
The Amish and Mennonite people have learned a real work ethic. Lloyd worked in building RVs with StarCraft, and I would say, Lloyd, you know, you could do this on your own.
Lloyd was one with a real can-do attitude. If he had an idea, he was either going to think about doing it himself or get somebody to do it. He had an idea on a lift system for a fold-down camper.
He had developed a lifter system, and it was workable, it was doable, it was good.
It was one that was totally self-contained within the body of the camper, removing all the mechanicals from the exterior of the coach, which would be exposed to road salts and grime and moisture from travel.
He wanted it to be very secretive. So myself, my brother went and we frosted all the windows so no one could spy.
I was still in high school, and I would often sit around with him evenings helping him work on the prototype that he was developing.
We started the business on the family farm. My mother and father cleaned out 2 chicken houses and a barn, and that was our assembly line and production area.
January the 1st, 1968, we were on our own. I discovered I was pregnant about the same time, and I didn't know if we had insurance. That was the only scary part. By the end of August, we had 15 employees, and we had built 132 units.
He would take off weekends with the car and pulling a camper, and never came home with one because he sold it.
And all of a sudden, well, what are we going to name it? It should be something simple like Jay, like your middle name. A friend of ours says, well, sometimes you hook company like Co on. Oh, Jayco, that sounds wonderful.
The Jayco name was an instant hit, and Lloyd's lifter system would prove to be revolutionary. After producing just 132 pop-ups the first year, we produced over 1,000 campers in 1969 and would soon add travel trailers and motorhomes to the lineup as we quickly outgrew the old chicken house.
It took on very well. That certainly was a large piece of our early success. The other piece of the success was just my father's business ethics.
His motto was, treat others like you'd want to be treated yourself. And that was very obvious and evident in his business dealings.
Lloyd was a neat guy. I remember him walking around when we came to meetings, a warm person wanting to get to know everybody.
Some customer stopped in here one Saturday, and he happened to be here in his work clothes. They thought the janitor was here and took care of them. That was just the way he was.
Under Lloyd's unassuming guidance, Jayco entered the 1980s with a reputation as the source for well-built, livable RVs. But in May of 1985, a tragic accident would devastate the Jayco family. Lloyd and his son Wendell, along with two friends, were killed when their small plane crashed near Muncie, Indiana.
When my father and brother were killed in the plane accident, it was obviously a big blow. There were a lot of employees wondering if they're going to be working or have a job.
When you have a family-owned business, it feels like it's a part of the family. And Lloyd's wish was that we remain a family company. I knew it needed to go on. I wanted it to go on.
One reason the company survived during that time is the loyalty of our employees.
Lloyd had surrounded himself with excellent people, and it certainly was a huge loss. But many of the philosophies that were instilled in the employees and the ownership was maintained, and that's what's got us to where we are today.
Over the years, we have succeeded when other companies have failed, partly because of our simple philosophy of treating others as they would want to be treated, and partly because of the excellence of our RV product. Jayco has grown from modest roots on a simple farm to become the largest privately owned manufacturer in the RV industry, which means we can put all of our efforts into one goal: providing families with America's most livable RVs.
To have a livable unit, it has to be pleasing to the eye. There has to be comfort, a feeling of home.
To me, livable means the floor plan is very useful, it's very practical, the decor is certainly appealing, and it just feels like it's a home away from home.
A lot of thought and care is placed into the layout of the floor plan, the placement of simple things, the drawers and the towel holder.
Some of the things that I get from customers, a lot of times when they walk into a Jayco, they can feel the warmth of the trailer, they can feel that, hey, this could be our home away from home.
The layout was what we wanted, and so we decided to go with it. It just makes for a nice family environment.
One of the primary reasons a customer will come back is that they had a good experience. So that's what we try to achieve.
Many companies in this business have come and gone. We're still a family-owned company. We've been here 38 years. We'll be here a long time. I just believe we have the best people and the best product in the marketplace.
I had a gentleman come in and he bought a Jayco from me, and when I asked him why, he told me every time he went camping in tents, he looked around the campground and he seen more older Jaycos than anything, and that told him that they were built to last because people were still using them.
The Jayco name for me has always been equated with a quality product, and we've enjoyed every moment that we've had the Jayco.
It's very pleasing to know that we're building a product that can provide that positive family experiences to people that choose to buy a unit.
Jayco.
Jayco.
Jayco, America's most livable RV.